The exact year is unknown, but a group of Mayan hunters track and kill a wild boar in the jungle. The group's leader is Flint Sky, and his son is Jaguar Paw, who distributes parts of the animal to the group, and each accepts them with great reverence. However, Blunted, the outsider of the group, is tricked by Jaguar Paw into eating the boar's testicles, claiming it will make them fertile. But when he eats them, Blunted vomits from disgust. As they make their way back to the village, the group encounters a wandering tribe. The tribe is homeless and weakened, asking to pass through the area and nothing more. Jaguar Paw asks what happened, and the wanderers say their village was decimated. He wants to ask more questions, but Flint Sky stops him and tells the wanderers to pass through. Jaguar Paw watches them go, clearly concerned. Back in the village, sometime later, Flint tells Jaguar not to be afraid of what he saw, as fear is a disease that will infect just as easily as any other. He tells Jaguar that they will discuss what to do with the wanderers the next day, but for now, he should not worry. The tribe is joyful in a peaceful place when the hunters return. Blunted's mother-in-law scolds him for failing to impregnate her daughter, to the tribe's amusement. Jaguar goes to his own pregnant wife, Seven, to be with her for the night. The tribe gathers around a fire as an elder tells a story. After that, there's drinking, dancing, and revelry. All is well in this peaceful corner of the world. While the tribe sleeps, a band of Mayan warriors approaches in secret. They surround the tribe and attempt to infiltrate to kidnap the sleeping people. Of course, this does not go well, and soon the tribe is alerted to the attack. This leaves everyone in chaos as they try to flee and fight off the attackers. Jaguar manages to get his pregnant wife and child out of the village. He takes them to a nearby hole in the ground and lowers them into it as the village behind him burns. While doing this, a warrior attacks him, and he is forced to fight to keep them safe. Thankfully, he kills his opponent. Once she and the child are safely deep in the hole, he tells them to wait for him while he runs back to the village. There's no hope for the village. The huts are burning, bodies are strewn on the ground, some dead, others tied up and taken as prisoners. Jaguar finds Flint Sky fighting a warrior named Middle Eye and rushes to intervene. He and Middle Eye exchange blows, and it appears that Jaguar is about to win and even defeat him. But then the leader of the Mayan warriors, Zero Wolf, interrupts the fight and throws Jaguar to the ground. Middle Eye is furious that Jaguar has outdone him and wants to kill him immediately, but Zero Wolf won't let him. Instead, Middle Eye kills Jaguar Paw's father right in front of him, reveling in the pain it causes him. It's quite vengeful and breaks Jaguar Paw as one would expect. The people of the tribe are now prisoners. They are tied together, forced to watch the women of the tribe being assaulted and killed right in front of them, including Blunted's wife, leaving him angry but powerless. As the warriors prepare to move forward, Jaguar looks back at the hole where he left his wife. She has not been discovered yet, but now that he is leaving, there's no way she can be rescued. The warriors force the tribe to march through the forest, leaving a trail of death behind. Further ahead, the group joins others, where those from the tribe Jaguar saw in the woods are also under the enemy's control. The group of savages leads the prisoners, passing through the river's rapids, and the surviving children left behind follow them but can't cross the river. The group then crosses over, and they start going up the mountainside, but one of Jaguar's friends who is severely injured almost falls. The group tries to pull him and succeeds, but the enemy leader cuts the ropes and pushes him off the cliff, killing him. Sometime later, they rest, and Blunted mourns his losses and swears to avenge his family. In the morning, they find a desolate land where a young girl holds her dead mother. The warriors whisper that she is infected and that they need to stay away. The girl tries to approach them, but they push her back. She starts laughing, telling them that their end is near, to fear the black sky and the man who runs with the jaguar. They are clearly disturbed by this prophecy but soon move on. The group arrives in the Mayan city, and it's unlike anything the prisoners have ever seen. There, people work hard to survive. The buildings there shock them, enormous structures larger than any huts. And the people too, thousands of them crowding the streets and toiling hard. However, this is not a healthy society, and disease clearly runs rampant among the citizens. As the prisoners advance through the streets, they look at the crowd in perplexity, perhaps even in pity, thinking that this society is dying. On their way, the prisoners are painted blue from shoulders to toes, while the women are auctioned off. They pass by some murals that show representations of brutal sacrifices of people painted blue. Jaguar Paw looks at the drawings, and Middle Eye looks at him and laughs, almost admitting that he will be next. Before Jaguar can react, they are taken to a new area centered around huge, red-painted stone pyramids with staircases in the middle. Huge crowds gather around these pyramids, chanting and dancing in unison. At the top of the main pyramid, a group of men performs rituals, and although it's hard to see what they're doing, there's no way to miss the headless body rolling down the steps and into the crowd. Jaguar sees this, fearing the worst. The prisoners are taken to the top of the pyramid, where a group of religious leaders gather to address the crowd. The high priest calls the people, explaining how a plague has struck the city, making people weak. However, they are not weak, and to prove it, they will offer sacrifices to their great god, and with that, the people applaud. The first sacrifice is horrifying. They drag one of the prisoners onto the stage, lay him down, and cut him while he's alive. They tear out his entrails and offer them to their god as a sacrifice before beheading the victim. They do this twice, while Jaguar Paw, Blunted, and the others watch in fear, knowing they will be next. Jaguar Paw's turn to be sacrificed seems to be approaching, and it appears that he is about to die. He doesn't want to die, feeling that his time is not up yet. And indeed, just before the knife comes down, a solar eclipse occurs, leaving the Mayan civilization alarmed about what it means. The high priest claims it's a sign from their god that he is pleased with the sacrifices and has blessed them. Fortunately, Jaguar Paw's life is spared, but not for long. The remaining prisoners are taken to the outskirts of the city, in a long, open field, and beyond the field is the jungle. Blunted and another prisoner are untied and ordered to run into the jungle for their freedom. They do this only for the warriors to start shooting arrows and launching projectiles at them. They try to dodge, but are quickly hit, much to the warriors' delight. Next, Jaguar and another prisoner are ordered to run. Cleverly, they zigzag as they make a run for freedom, dodging the projectiles and appearing like they might escape. However, when a projectile hits the other prisoner in the face and another hits Jaguar in the side, he falls, appearing to be dead. The remaining warrior at the end of the course gets ready to finish him off with a blade but is distracted by Blunted, who grabs his foot. This allows Jaguar to attack him, and he kills him, then flees into the jungle, embracing his freedom. The angry warriors for the death of their comrade chase after Jaguar. After running a bit, he climbs a tree and manages to stay quiet without being noticed. Suddenly, a jaguar cub and its fierce mother appear. He then runs for his life as fast as he can. However, the Mayan warriors see him and run in his direction. Unfortunately for one of them, the jaguar jumps on top of him and quickly kills him. However, the others, upon seeing this, end up killing the animal. They remember the prophecy and fear that it means the end of all of them, but Zero Wolf tells them to be quiet, that the words mean nothing, and they have to keep going after the prisoner. Back in the hole, Seven and her son listen as a group of baboons fight above them. One of the baboons falls into the hole, and Seven is forced to kill it before it can attack her son. The warriors continue to track Jaguar Paw. One of them finds blue markings on a tree, but when he shows the others, a snake lunges and bites him in the neck, killing him with its venom. They leave the body and continue after Jaguar Paw. The warriors are closing in on him, firing arrows and hurling spears, nearly hitting him. He runs for his life until he reaches a large waterfall drop. He stands at the edge, looking at the waters, glances back at the warriors, and knows he has no choice. With one last breath, he runs forward and leaps off the waterfall, falling into the depths below. The warriors assume he's dead until his body surfaces. Jaguar climbs to the shore, sees the warriors watching him from a distance, and taunts them. He tells the warriors that he is Jaguar Paw and that this is his jungle, that he knows it better than anyone else, and challenges them to follow him. Zero Wolf tells his men that they will jump, and one of them argues, so Zero kills him without a word. He then orders his men to jump before leaping himself. Jaguar flees back into the jungle, and as he runs, he accidentally falls into a mud pit and nearly drowns. However, when he emerges, he falls backward, covered in thick mud, appearing that his life is about to end. But then he realizes he can't end there, as his wife is waiting for him. He must be brave, as his father said, and so he does. The warriors move through the jungle, searching for Jaguar. Suddenly, he appears in front of them, still covered in mud. He carries a giant leaf folded over his head. They watch in awe as he throws the leaf in their direction, revealing a wasp nest. The nest explodes, and the wasps attack the warriors by the thousands, stinging and driving them mad. This shows his knowledge in setting up a smart ambush. Then we see Jaguar tracking a poisonous frog, and then he coats 3 long spikes with poison. He marks a spot in the jungle, circles around to approach from behind, and when the warriors find that mark, he shoots the spikes into the body of one of the warriors, killing him instantly. Back in the hole, Seven tries to use a vine and a branch to create a hook that she and her son can use to climb out of the hole. She manages to climb halfway, but the branch breaks, and she falls back. Middle Eye sees the dead body and goes back to it. At the same time, Jaguar appears in front, still covered in mud. They stare at each other, then move toward each other. Middle Eye has an axe and swings it fiercely at Jaguar. Jaguar ducks, slides under the axe, receiving only a small cut. He grabs another axe from the ground and strikes Middle Eye in the head, killing him. To make things worse, it starts raining, a torrential rain that directs water into the hole, and he remembers his wife and child. Quickly he goes to the place, sees his family, and the water rapidly begins to rise around them. However, he sees the warriors approaching and lures the leader into a trap, where it's activated and kills Zero. As the others pursue Jaguar, Seven is giving birth, and the baby is born in the depths of the water. Jaguar leads the warriors to the beach to confront them but ends up seeing conquistador ships and is shocked by the sight. The two go to them, but Jaguar Paw returns to save his family. He and Seven finally reunite with their 2 children. They skirt the shores and see the conquering ships. Seven asks if they can come to them, but Jaguar Paw says the jungle is his home. Then they turn their backs on the sea and go in search of a better future.